Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the most beautiful setting for minor league baseball, Flathead Field in northwestern Montana. My name is Scott Gladstone, so excited to bring you game number 90 of the season for the Glacier Range Riders. It is a battle between the Riders and the Great Falls Voyagers. The Voyagers come in with a record of 45-44. According to my talks with those around the league, the situation is very clear for Great Falls. They lose tonight and the Billings Mustangs win. They are officially eliminated from playoff contention. Again, that is in talks with Brennan Mentz, the broadcaster for the Billings Mustangs, also head of media relations down there. And he double-checked with the league office. They said, that sounds correct. So we're going to go with that for now, that if Great Falls loses, they are eliminated. Billings, if Billings wins. We'll talk about that plenty and talk about the playoff scenario as it could be set tonight based on partially the result of this game. I am so excited to bring you another edition of PBL Baseball. Last night, a 8-3 victory in favor of the Glacier Range Riders. They utilized 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th after a spicy top half of the inning resulted in a tying run from Great Falls. Then it was a not too happy Range Rider squad that came out swinging. Ben McConnell led it off with a single, and then it was all sorts of trouble for Anthony Becerra Lopez, and the best closer in the PBL, Montana Quigley, who also got dinged up as well. One of his worst outings of his career here at the Great Falls Voyagers, allowing 3 earned runs as part of that big bottom of the 8th by the Glacier Range Riders. Colin Runge returns to the lineup for the Great Falls Voyagers tonight. That's something to look for. See what he can do back in the lineup as the Voyagers have their backs against the wall. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a beautiful national anthem being played by the Whitefish Brass Ensemble in Whitefish High School, so check that out. A rousing edition of the national anthem played by the Whitefish High School Brass Ensemble. Thank you so much to them for coming out tonight. That is the first instrument ensemble that we've had play the national anthem here. We did have a barbershop quartet, I believe, or some sort of a cappella group. But that was the first instrumental ensemble. So how about it? A first in Flathead Field with just 2 games to play. The starting pitcher tonight, the man you see right in front of you, his name is Rob Hamby. He stands 6 foot 7 inches, 250 pounds in his rookie season out of Georgia Gwinnett College, out of Demorest, Georgia. Originally is the 6'7" right-hander. You see him throwing his warm-up pitches to Drew Sims. We'll tell you the rest of the defensive alignment, the rest of the defensive alignment in a moment for the Glacier Range Riders. But first, let's tell you who you're going to see in the starting lineup for the Great Falls Voyagers. It's Colin Runge leading off. He's going to play third base as he returns to the lineup after getting last night off. Batting second is Jake Malik. Batting third in the lineup will be Braden Daniel, the left fielder. Derek Colbush plays first base and bats cleanup. Michael Deeb bats fifth. He's a designated hitter. And he is the designated hitter for starting pitcher Breon Pooler, who we'll talk about in the bottom half of the inning. Gino de Guzman is the shortstop. He bats sixth. And Will Olson, the catcher, bats seventh. Eighth is Simmons, the right fielder. And rounding out the lineup was last night's leadoff man, Cal Bacchino. Let's get ready to play some baseball. How about it? The Great Glacier Range Riders and the Great Falls Voyagers, 36-53 versus 45-44. Can the Range Riders force the Great Falls Voyagers to a .500 record and force them out of a playoff spot? We will keep in tune to around the league, and we will do our best, to keep you informed of the situation. I can tell you we are underway in Billings. They're in the top of the second, and it's 2-0 Billings already. Pitch number one. We are underway with a ball high. Count goes to 1-0. 82 degrees, 7:03 first pitch here in beautiful Northwest Montana, the Flathead Valley in the shadow of Glacier National Park. This one is hit well out to center. Backing up is Ben McConnell. McConnell makes the catch in center field. And 2 pitches and 1 gone here in the top of the first. Rob Hamby has been a stellar pitcher all year for the Glacier Range Riders, a 4.44 ERA, 3 wins, 3 losses. This is his 15th appearance and 15th start. He has 75 innings pitched and a strikeout to walk ratio of 55-21. Up comes the center fielder, Jake Malik. Malik sees the first pitch go off the plate. Count goes to 1-0. The defensive alignment for the Glacier Range Riders behind the plate. It's Drew Sims getting his second straight start. Dean Miller will play over at third base. That was a late switch from his original first base that he was on the lineup card as. That's a called strike. Count goes to 1-1. Mason Dennison is the shortstop. Ryan Cash at second base. And Eddie McCabe, who was originally going to play third, does the full swap with Miller and plays first base now in this contest. Swung on, hit to Ryan Cash at second base. Fielded by Cash, thrown to first. And it's a simple 4-3 ground out for out number 2. The outfield from left to right, same as usual, essentially. It is Brant Broussard in left, Ben McConnell in center, and Ryan Cole in right. And I say same as usual. That has pretty much been the starting outfield since the injury to Sam Linscott about a month ago. 2 gone as up comes Braden Daniels. First pitch misses, low and away. Count goes to 1-0. Rob Hamby has fallen behind in each of the first 3 at-bats, but each time has been able to battle back in and get an out. First to fly out to center, then that ground out that you just saw. That pitch misses outside. Count goes to 2-0. Talking about that late defensive change, according to Eddie McCabe, it was Dean Miller that asked to be over at third base. Said that he felt good. And I don't think we've seen him at third since he got injured. So should be interesting to see how he does over on the hot corner. Infield shifted quite a ways. You see the shortstop Dennison playing just a little bit to the left of the second base bag. This pitch is ball 4. Sometimes you can tell by the reaction of the batter what he thought it was, and in a 3-0 count, Daniel hesitated quite a bit before taking the walk to first. Thought that one might have found the zone. According to our true strike zone, it did at 89 miles per hour, but doesn't get the call from our home plate umpire, and we have a runner on first. That breaks up a 1-2-3 inning. That was a exquisite cheer from the Glacier Range Rider faithful here. Started a whole chant. I got to check their stats. They were claiming in that chant that Derek Colbush, was 0 for 5 last night. That one finds the zone, and now he's down 0 for 2. Looking at it, he was 0 for 4 last night. I'm going to have to rewind that one back, see if they said 0 for 4 or 0 for 5. But he was 0 for last night, 1 of 2 Voyagers that did not have a hit last night, Jake Malik being the other one. That one misses inside. Count goes to 1-2 as a bee flies in my face, and I try and broadcast through it. 1-2, 2 outs, runner on first. Runner on first is Braden Daniel. Lots of speed there, but we saw a good defensive arm from Drew Sims last night. We've seen it plenty throughout the season, so wait a little bit longer to see if they test him. They're not going to do it there. As you see Braden Daniel staying close to the first base bag. Rob Hamby about to throw his 14th pitch. Rob Hamby, his first warm-up that he took on the simulated bump over on the Range Rider side of the field, he almost hit me with it. So that's your fun fact of the day. Luckily, I'm here. And Derek Kolbush is extinguished to end the top of the first inning. We got a fly out, a ground out, a strikeout with a walk in there. And it is a scoreless inning against Rob Hamby. We will be right back for the bottom of the first. Back here, we are in the bottom of the first inning. Breon Pooler, the starting pitcher for the Great Falls Voyagers. Breon Pooler, a 5.88 ERA, an identical record to Mr. Rob Hamby, 3-3. This is his 13th start compared to Hamby's 15th, so a little bit less action, but in terms of innings pitched, he is not too far behind at 59 2/3 innings. A strikeout to walk ratio 49-21. They have exactly the same number of walks coming into this game. However, now it is tilted to more walks thrown by Mr. Rob Hamby because Hamby walked Braden Daniel in the top of the first. First pitch into Ryan Cash, who leads off the Glacier Range Riders, is a called strike on a breaking ball. Count goes to 0-1. The off-speed pitch at 76 miles per hour in there from Pooler. Swung on and missed by Cash. He's behind 0-2. The leader in batting average for the Glacier Range Riders, Ryan Cash, batting .329. .0-2. Up and in. Count goes to 1-2. Starting lineup for the Glacier Range Riders tonight. It is Broussard batting after Cash. Dean Miller will bat 3. Wofford 4. McCabe 5. McConnell 6. And the bottom 3 is exactly what it was last night. Sims, Cole, and Dennison. That last pitch said to have missed the true strike zone. Said that it hit the inside corner for Cash. Count goes to 2-2 after a ball that just missed the eye of the umpire. This one swung on. It's a foul ball down the right field line. Count stays at 2-2. That one, very similar placement, an off-speed pitch at 75. That was right in that lower inside corner. Cash protected the plate and swung a little bit too early. Another 2-2. off the outside of the plate. Count goes full at 3-2 after Cash fell behind 0-2. He's worked it back full, and this is a Ryan Cashiest at bat. Swung on and missed. That is not so much a Ryan Cash maneuver, swinging and missing, but it gets the better of us every once in a while. Welcome to the Space Jam as we welcome Brant Broussard to the plate. Broussard with one out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. First pitch finds the inside part of the zone. Count goes to 1-0. 89-mile-per-hour fastball, it's looking like, from Breon Pooler. Swung on. That one's cracked into the right center field gap. It's going to two-hop and get by. It should be easy money to get to second for Brant Broussard, and it is a stand-up double for the Ragin' Cajun. And we have one out and a runner on second here in the bottom of the first. Up comes Dean Miller now. Dean Miller, how was the night for him last night? Well, it was pretty dang good. A 3-for-4 night with 4 RBIs. He is the man with a plan. Very often for the Glacier Range Riders, can he come up with plan A here, which is scoring first. Ball misses down low to start it off. Count goes to 1-0. Update now from Billings. It is 2-1. The Mustangs lead the Chuckers. Again, the situation, Mustangs win, Voyagers lose. It is Mustangs to the playoffs. Voyagers will go home empty-handed this year. Swung on, that's a foul ball. Count goes to 1-1 with one out. Glacier Range Riders with their win last night. That was their first win as a franchise in the month of September. Pushed their record to 4-1 on Mondays. And they are 31-44 in night games this season. Called strike. Count goes to 1-2. That one zipped in there nicely from Pooler. 89 miles per hour from Pooler, who played his college ball at Alabama State University. The 1-2 with one out into Dean Miller, and it misses low. Count goes to 2-2. Clearly not going to give Dean Miller a lot to hit. It would not be smart to do so. When they gave him something to hit last night, well, he brought Brant Broussard home with a 2-run shot over the right field fence that tied the game at 2 in the bottom of the third. 2-2 coming in. Misses low. Count goes full at 3-2. The Glacier Range Riders, if they do find a way to get Brant Broussard across here, when they're scoring first this season, they're above 500 with a 21-18 record. Last night, of course, was one of those rare games where they were able to win after the opponent scored first. They've only won 15 games when the opponent has drawn first blood. Broussard still on second. Full count pitch. Foul ball from Dean Miller. That one's going to find its way on top of a car in the parking lot over the first base upper concourse area. Another great attendance here tonight. I think it's a little bit less than we had last night, which was a record-breaking crowd of over 2,300 here at Flathead Field. Up and in, Dean Miller earns himself a walk. Well, the walk count has now gone even between Hamby and Pooler. Hamby and Pooler, definitely one of the bigger differences in terms of starting pitcher size. 6'7" to 6'1" listed as Breon Pooler. No knock on him, not trying to shave any inches off, but I think he's probably a little bit closer to 6 foot. Swing and a miss from Brody Wofford starts off his at-bat. Count goes to 0-1 for Wofford. Wofford last night in the contest between the two had 3 walks and was 1 for 2 at the plate. That's a called strike on the inside part of the plate. Zipped in fastball. That one got up to 91 miles per hour. And it makes the count 0-2 on Brody Wofford, who's the designated hitter today. Eddie McCabe waits on deck. Swung on, foul ball. We'll do 0-2 once more. Defensive alignment for the Great Falls Voyagers tonight. Will Olson relieves Polanco, the catcher last night behind the plate. Colin Runge is the third baseman. Like I said, returns to the starting lineup, returns to the field as well. Chino de Guzman's the shortstop. Bukino is the second baseman. Cole Bush is over at first. In the outfield from left to right is Daniel Malik and Aaron Simmons. 0-2, misses off the plate. Count goes to 1-2. Breaking ball with the 0-2 pitcher's count there. And now Wofford, you see that flow coming out the back of his helmet. He'll see a 1-2. Flows that one to left field, and it's going to get down out of play. Either right near or right in the foundation of what will eventually be the training facility and office building and locker room and laundry room and everything for the Glacier Range Riders down that left field side. Starting to see some mock-ups of it here and there, and it does look gorgeous. That one swung on. It's hard hit down the first base line. It's a fair ball. Running home is Brant Broussard. He'll make it home easily, and it is a stand-up double for Brody Wofford. The Range Riders lead 1-0 off the Wofford double. Miller holds up at third base. And like I mentioned earlier, a big hit for the Glacier Range Riders as they draw first blood here at Flathead Field. The Range Riders, however, have struggled on Tuesdays. And the interesting thing about that is Tuesdays are the day in which series is open, usually. They are 4-8 all time on Tuesday contests. Now it's a runner on second in Brody Wofford, a runner on third in Dean Miller, Eddie McCabe at the plate. A lot of powerful dudes on the base paths right now. This one's whipped up the middle. It skips briefly. And it's just a short hop into de Guzman. He fires over to first, and everybody has to hold up on what goes down as a 6-3 ground out. In theory, if there were 2 outs, you could expect that Miller maybe would have ran home on a play like that, but he had to hold up to make sure that it wasn't caught out of the air, and that is the reason why he couldn't get home. Instead, Wofford and Miller both stayed at second and third. First pitch to Ben McConnell is up and away. Count goes to 1-0. 2 outs now. Wofford and Miller will be going on almost all contact that Mr. McConnell can make. 25th pitch from Breon Pooler incoming. Called ball. Tell you what, that was not too far off from the zone. Tough call to go against Breon Pooler. True strike zone had it as a K. That's a foul ball off the netting, and I think, is that Kevin Kyle? No, maybe Mason Dennison down there just barehanded that one off the netting. He's shown great defensive acumen. Didn't even need a glove to snag that one. 2-1 with 2 outs. Swung on into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Coming home is Wofford. Nobody's going to stop him. A 2 RBI single from Ben McConnell. It's 3-0 in the bottom of the first. Miller scores. Wofford scores. Drew Sims comes in now. And in a game that is almost must-win for the Great Falls Voyagers, it has been the sourest of starts. Truly what you can call a one-year rivalry here between these two. Scheduled to play 35 times over the course of this season. And I do see the players interacting, and I think there's a fair amount of love between the two sides. Saw a couple players actually seeing Colin Runge walk out there and say, oh, you're playing tonight in the lineup? And they seemed excited about that, even though Colin Runge is definitely one of the best players for the Great Falls Voyagers. You see different types of competitors. Some maybe cheering for what could be conceived as an easier win, but these guys, they want to bring the best out of each other each time they play, and that's clear with all the great games we've had between the Range Riders and the Voyagers in year one of this rivalry. Pickoff attempt over to first. It's safe. Ben McConnell slides in successfully. Drew Sims at the plate. Drew Sims on the season, .250 batting average. Exactly 1 out of every 4 times he steps up to the plate, he gets a hit. Swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-2 for Drew Sims. Will we see McConnell try and swipe a bag? 41 steals for Ben McConnell. And I believe he has fallen behind in the stolen base race. Another pickoff attempt over to first, also unsuccessful. And he has fallen behind, and fallen behind by quite a bit. Mr. I believe Cameron Feltz of the Northern Colorado Owls. 47 stolen bags, leads McConnell by 6. That one misses in the dirt. Count goes to 2-2. Olsen fielded it pretty well off the dirt. Artificial turf dirt. Count is 2-2. 2 outs. Sims at the plate, McConnell at first. McConnell's running on this next one. I can feel it. No, he's not. I messed up. That's on me. Misread McConnell. The ball missed the zone, and it's 3-2, 2 outs. And now I can guarantee you that Mr. Ben McConnell will be running because it's 3-2, 2 outs, and he's on first. Impossible for him to be forced to stay there. Going to get a head start for the speediest guy in the North Division. Swung on, up the middle, it'll get through. Ben McConnell's going to easily get to third base. A stop sign will be up, and the Range Riders, courtesy of Drew Sims, get their 4th hit of the first inning. Up comes Ryan Cole as the Range Riders 1 batter away from being able to bat around in this first inning, depending on what your specific definition of bat around is. Most people say it's every player in the lineup getting an at-bat. And right now with Ryan Cole at the plate, it's only Mason Dennison that has yet to see the home dish. First pitch into Ryan Cole, finds the zone. Count goes to 0-1. I've mentioned this before, but in the Northwoods League and in some summer collegiate leagues, they have rules based on pitch count. I mean, they all have some sort of rules, but in the Northwoods League, they have pitches thrown in an inning. If you throw 35, you can't come back the next inning, and that was Pooler's 35th. It was a called strike on the inside, but in theory, if this were the Northwoods League, Breon Pooler would not be allowed back next inning, which I've seen a couple times when the starting pitcher throws 35 in the first, and it creates a headache for the manager. 0-2. Swung on, foul ball, just stays alive. Does Ryan Cash, as Will Olsen can't snag that one. And it is not a foul tip strikeout. It's another 0-2 coming in. Breon Pooler mentioned played his college ball at Alabama State University, originally from the state of Alabama. Has Huntsville listed as his hometown. Another 0-2 coming into Ryan Cole. Alabama versus California. For Cole, who did not play college ball in his home state, played it halfway across the country in South Bend, Indiana. Foul ball from Ryan Cole. Going to get up and out of play. The former Fightin' Irish outfielder prepares to see it from Pooler. Swung on. It's a slow roller. It's going to be a tough play. Runge fields bare hand, cannot get it. An infield RBI single from Ryan Cole. It is 4-0. Put it right where the defense couldn't make a play on it, especially with the speed of Ryan Cole. And this inning where nothing has gone right for the Great Falls continues. Range Riders continuing their momentum that they grabbed in the bottom of the 8th last night. They scored 5 runs in that frame. They're up to 4 in this. That means with only an inning and 2/3, the last inning and 2/3 that the Range Riders have played on offense, they've put in 9 runs. Not bad margins as the first pitch is in the zone to Mason Dennison. Count goes to 0-1. Runner on second is Drew Sims. Runner on first is Ryan Cole. This one swung on, up in the air. Backing up is Simmons, but it looks like he has a lock on it. And he does. Goes all the way back to the shadow of the warning track and makes the catch for out number 3. The 40th pitch from Breon Pooler in the first inning, and it was a inning where the Range Riders came out with a fury. 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They didn't need an error. They poured 4 runs across and take a lead of 4-0 as we head to the second. We're back here. We are in the top of the second inning, and it's a called strike into Michael Deeb to start off this frame. 4-0. The Glacier Range Riders lead the Great Falls Voyagers after 1 inning of play. Rob Hamby ahead 0-1. Pitch number 2 comes in and misses the zone. Count goes to 1-1. Top of the 4th now in Billings. Still 2-1. Billings leads. If all the results hold, as we get a swing and a miss, if all the results hold right now, which is a Glacier win and a Billings win, that means Billings is heading to the PBL playoffs. One-two pitch coming in to Michael Deeb. Swung on, just got a piece of it. Fouled back. Count goes to 1-2, or stays at 1-2. That one swung on, right back to Hamby. Hamby, impressive moves from the 6'7" right-hander. How about it from Hamby? Feels like he has to go down to get those so far, but he made it look impressive. Another look at it. The comebacker. That one came off the bat didn't register. But just one hop, fielded into the ground. And like I said, nice play. First pitch here is a foul ball. Bounces once and goes clearly into foul territory. Count goes to 0-1 for Chino de Guzman. De Guzman last night was the starting shortstop and had a 1-for-3 day, scoring one of the runs and walking twice. Walks were a problem for the Glacier Range Riders last night. They had 9 walks to 8 strikeouts. That one misses in the dirt. Hit up in the air by Sims and almost hit the ball into the head of de Guzman. Count goes to 1-1. Squares to bunt, and that hit de Guzman. I think he was still squared to bunt. That's my confusion there. Let's take another look at that. See if he pulled back out of the bunt, but it's going to go down as a hit by pitch. If he's still squared to bunt, then it doesn't count as a hit by pitch, but if he pulls out of it, then he's good. Ooh, it looked like his bat was still around there. Even though it didn't hit anywhere. I mean, it's not like he got hit because he was squared to bunt. But his bat still was not fully pulled back, but a part of that was because he was focused much more on getting his feet out of the way as that one was launching towards his lower body. Not much argument from either side except for a few fans. Swing and a miss to Will Olson makes the count 0-1. Pickoff attempt over to first. No tag applied. The Great Falls Voyagers have found themselves in a hole early, down 4-0 after the first inning. That one swung on and missed by Will Olson. Count goes to 0-2. Olson in his rookie season out of Augustana University D2 school in South Dakota. Runner on first to Guzman. He stays put. Late swing and a foul ball. We stay at 0-2. That one's hit on the ground. Fielded by Miller, and Miller double clutches it and loses it. It's going to go down, I believe, as an E5 on Dean Miller. He was looking at second and about to throw there, and that's right when it spun out of his glove. And an E5, yes it is. De Guzman to second, Olson to first now. Aaron Simmons steps up, batting in the 8th spot. That was Rob Hamby, his 26th pitch. One out here, top of the second, runners on first and second now. This one is a high fly ball to shallow left field. Broussard calls off Dennison, and Broussard makes the grab out there and left. Out number 2, and it comes very quickly. One pitch to Aaron Simmons, and he pops out to left. Glacier Range Riders in their home whites, which they'll be wearing all of this week. Last night, their regular season home finale as well, their home finale period. There is no postseason in store for the Range Riders. The Great Falls Voyagers repping the road blacks with red numbering and gray pants. As Bacchino steps in, he's got knee-high red socks that he's sporting. Cal Bacchino, the final Voyager to step up. Batting in the 9th spot after being the leadoff man last night with no Runge. That one misses high. Count goes to 1-0 on Cal Bacchino. Erskine College graduate. originally from Delray, Florida. 1-0. Swung on, hit on the ground, up the middle, fielded by Cash. He'll take it to second himself. An unassisted tag for the fielder's choice. We head to the bottom of the second. It is 4-0. Glacier leads Great Falls. Love a good kiss cam, don't we? We are to the bottom of the second. It is 4-0. Our Glacier Range Riders have been kissing the ball pretty well here. And just one inning of offense under their belt. The leadoff man in the contest will lead off the second because all 9 batters got a chance at the plate in the first inning of work. First pitch, swing and a miss. Cash actually started off that first inning with a strikeout. 0-1. Makes contact with that one, but it's lifted foul out of play. Count goes to 0-2 on Cash. He fell behind 0-2 to start against Breon Pooler, but found his way back, pushed it full before striking out swinging. That one misses up and in on Cash. Count goes to 1-2. Already mentioned the stats for Cash this season in terms of his batting average, leading this squad with a .329 batting average. He has 3 home runs, 53 ribbies. Swung on, hit well to center field. Backing up is Malik, and eventually Malik will have enough room to make the play. It's a fly out to center field for out number 1. And up comes Brant Broussard, who doubled into the right center gap. Didn't get all the way to the wall, but plenty of speed for Brant Broussard to turn on the jets and scamper into second. Four runs, 5 hits, and an error for the Glacier Range Riders. Zeros across the board for the opposition, the Great Falls Voyagers. Mentioned, this is a rivalry, no doubt. These two squads have already met 26 times this year. That is over a quarter of the schedule against one team. Pretty much unheard of in any professional sport, any sport period, that you play 1/4 of your schedule against the same side. The only time I can think of situations like that are in the bubble pop-up leagues, you know, in the Northwoods League in 2020, the Bismarck Larks had just 3 teams on the roster, so of course they played half their schedule against one team, half their schedule against the other. But that's the very unique situation that you get something like that. As another foul ball keeps the count at 1-2 for Brant Broussard. 1 out here, bottom of the second, base is empty. 4-0 Glacier leads Great Falls. To play a quarter of your schedule against the same side, it is difficult, but can also be fun. Not getting the call there
And if I'm Breon Pooler, I'm not happy with that one, especially the way the things have gone. When you can't get the call on that, it feels like nothing's going to go your way. And I think Tommy Thompson was saying a few words to our home plate umpire disagreeing with that, trying to stick up for his pitcher as he should. That one definitely missed. Count goes full for Brant Broussard. 50 pitches thrown from Breon Pooler. And clearly this pitch count going up quickly and providing a difficult situation for manager Tommy Thompson, who already has an uphill battle to climb with the deficit. Does not want to have to go deep into his bullpen, as almost every game this week is a must-win, at least for now, while they still hold on to playoff possibilities. Another foul ball. We stay at 3-2. Baton Rouge, Louisiana native of Brant Broussard versus a fellow Southeasterner and Breon Pooler. Swung on, another foul ball. Count stays at 3-2. Three-two, one out. Broussard at the plate, Pooler on the mound. Another payoff pitch coming. Pooler sets. Swing and a miss. Pooler wins. It takes him a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitches to be exact. But eventually he finds a way to turn down the Ragin' Cajun for out number 2. Dean Miller steps up. A 1-2-3 inning, no matter how long it takes, will be a welcome sight for Breon Pooler, who saw 3 times the amount he could see in a 1-2-3 inning. Saw all 9 last frame. It's a hazy day here in the Flathead Valley. Some smoke settling in, but not horrible weather. This one's hit up the middle. Play at second, fielded by Bocchino, and he throws to Colbush. A 14-pitch inning. Breon Pooler will gladly accept that. Nobody across. It's still 4-0 Glacier. We head to the third. Back here, top of the third inning. First pitch into Colin Runge. Plasters, but outside the zone. Count is 1-0. That one missed at 90 miles per hour. Runge is 0 for 1 today. He'll hit it hard, but hit it right to center field. That one also misses. Count goes to 2-0. Rob Hamby has got 6 outs after seeing 9 different batters. The 2 non-outs were walks and then an error. That one swung on, also hit well to center field. But yet again, Runge will have a hard hit line out. Came off his bat at 104 miles per hour. Nothing short on it, just a little short of the wall. 2 gone. In soccer, they use the term unlucky so much, and this is something that Ted Lasso talks about in his show. You know, the unlucky, just a little bit unlucky. That's my British accent there for you. And I'll tell you what, in baseball, the unlucky is a hard line out like that. And Colin Runge has been more than unlucky. Of course, there's always skill with where do you place it, when do you swing, whatever. But to plaster it the way he has into fair territory, it's a wee bit unlucky. 2-0. Make it 3-0. Jake Malik, first time up, grounded out over to second. Gets the green light on 3-0, swings and fouls it. Count goes to 3-1. Home plate umpire tonight is Will Stacy. First base is Eric Martinez. Third base is Mike Carr. That's ball 4. It'll be a walk for Jake Malik. That one, according to the true strike zone, seemed to have caught the outside part of the plate. Up comes Braden Daniel. He's 0 for 0. He was one of the beneficiaries of a walk his first time. Now he's got a fairly quick teammate on first. He's fairly quick himself. First pitch finds the zone. Count goes to 0-1. Major appreciation to Josh Nichols, who sends both myself and Aaron, one of our VPs, sends us the umpires and the bat boys before every single game. That's one of his many responsibilities out here at the ballpark. Count goes to 0-2 after a swing and a miss from Daniel. 0-2. 1 out. Misses off. Count goes 1-2. Braden Daniel on the season. Daniel has batted .329, 11 home runs, 52 RBIs. Holds off on swinging at that one. Count goes to 2-2. Hamby at 41 pitches now. Glacier, after using a lot of their bullpen last night, would love to have Hamby be able to go fairly deep into this contest. Malik's going, the pitch out, the throw. Got him at second base. Drew Sims. Caught stealing, empties the bases, and now it's 3-2 and 2 outs. I think Hamby and Sims might have seen that one coming because that one seemed almost like a pitch out. That one is a pitch in, and it's ball 4.
Number 22, first baseman,
And Derek Colbush, who for whatever reason has become a point of conflict for the fans here at Flathead Field. They came out with some came out with and they dropped the 0-6 on him. I think they're off by 1 though. He's 0-5 in this series. He was 0 for 4 yesterday, 0 for 1 today. Today he has struck out. That one, a beautiful grab from Dean Miller. Climbs the ladder. How impressive was that? A late swap over to the hot corner, and it doesn't get much more hot than that. Another look at it. Boom! How about it from Dean Miller? We head to the bottom of the third. It is 4-0. First pitch into Brody Wofford as I finish chewing the wonderful brat that I have been gnawing on over the past couple innings. First one missed, second one missed as well. It's 2-0 to Brody Wofford, who is due up this inning, as well as McCabe and McConnell. The Mick twins. You gotta have some sort of better nickname. That one's popped up in the air. Is it playable for Olsen? No, it'll be playable for Runge, who comes up with a catch right in front of the Glacier Range Riders dugout. And we have one out on the pop foul out from Mr. Brody Wofford. Up comes Eddie McCabe. He's 0 for 1, grounded out on a hard rip to the shortstop to Guzman. Man, I hope you stuck around and watched a little bit of that replay in between the innings, because what a jump that was from Dean Miller. And it's funny, I asked almost every single one of the members of the OGs, which are those guys that have been here since day one, as this one's foul just to the left at third base. I asked him, I said, who is the best athlete at another sport, and what sport is that? And their first instinct, before remembering Ryan Cash's incredible football career, their first instinct was to say Dean Miller at basketball. So maybe you're seeing some of those basketball reflexes come in there. And speaking of reflexes, no chance for Runge to reflex to get to that one. It's shot right in the 56 hole. A ripped single from Eddie McCabe. 60 pitches now thrown by Breon Pooler, who has been worked pretty hard here through just 2 1/3 innings. Ben McConnell steps up, a 2 RBI single for Ben McConnell his last time up. Swung on, this one's up in the air to shallow left field. Coming in is the left fielder Daniel, and he makes the play. And we have 2 gone in the bottom of the third. Drew Sims comes in. He singled back up the middle on a 3-2 2-out pitch, which allowed McConnell to get all the way to third. McConnell would eventually score on the infield single from Ryan Cole. Now it's McCabe on first, 2 outs, bottom of the third, 4-0. The Great Falls Voyagers lead. The Glacier Range or the Great Falls Voyagers trail the Glacier Range Riders 4-0. First pitch in the zone, a called strike versus Drew Sims. You can kind of see a little bit in your vision there, the smoke that is starting to sock kind of into the stadium. Swung on, popped up. It will be out of play. And a souvenir for a fan. Count goes to 0-2. 0-2, 2 outs, McCabe on first. Breon Pooler at the plate. 10th pitch of the inning upcoming. Could get through this inning with a hit against him, but it could be quicker than even he would hope for. Definitely quicker than the Range Riders would want to put him through after he can throw 35 plus in inning number 1. It would be his quickest inning thus far if he can get out of it in less than 2 pitches from here. It will not happen on this pitch. That one ricocheted off the catcher Olsen and then off the left foot of Sims. McCabe will stay put at first. The count is 2-2 with 2 outs for Drew Sims. Pooler sets to fire. Misses off the plate. And Drew Sims, the discipline that we've seen from him, so strong, more than willing to take a hit and get to walk to first on a hit by pitch, but also when the ball's not going to the strike zone, he's more than happy to hold off a little bit. 3-2, 2 outs. McCabe's going. It's called strike 3. Drew Sims doesn't like it, crowd doesn't like it, but it was in the zone, said home plate umpire Willie Stacy. We head to the 4th. It's 4-0. Glacier still leads.
We have Cole and Amber on.
Michael Deeb leads off the top of the 4th in this half inning. For the Great Falls Voyagers, it'll be Deeb, de Guzman, and Olsen, 5, 6, 7. Four to nothing is our score here in the top of the 4th. All 4 runs coming in the first inning for the Glacier Range Riders. An absolute avalanche with a Wofford RBI double, 2 RBI single from Ben McConnell, and then an RBI infield single from Ryan Cole. This one's hit well out to the right center gap. But Ben McConnell will find a way to track it down in deep center field. It is a crack that amounts to 380 feet. Would have been gone in a good part of this ballpark, but that is a bad part to hit it to if you're going to hit it far, as Ben McConnell roams those parts and makes sure that not much finds the turf. Fly out to center field is good for out number 1 here at top of the 4th. Up now, Chino de Guzman. First pitch into de Guzman, misses inside. Count goes to 1-0. De Guzman was plunked by that pitch when he squared to bunt. His last time up. Swings on that one, fouls it back. 1-1 now as Hamby prepares to throw pitch number 50. Hamby, I believe, unless the schedule deceives me going forward, is making his final start of this 2022 season. Squares to bunts, stabs at it, and misses. Count goes to 1-2. 1 out, base is empty here for de Guzman. And the 1-2. Swung on, a missed. Hamby with a strikeout. Will Olson stepping in now. Will Olson is 0 for 1 as he reached on that error on Dean Miller his last time up. Top of the 4th here, still plenty of game to go. And this one swung on, a high fly ball down the right field line. Ryan Cole over. Cole, about 3 feet from the right field line, makes the catch in fair territory. It is a 7-pitch inning from Rob Hamby, and it is still 4-0 Glacier. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Back here, we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. It is Breon Pooler still out on the mound for the Great Falls Voyagers, trailing 4-0 here. Ryan Cole leads off this inning. We'll see 8, 9, and 1 as it's Cole, Dennison, and Ryan Cash due up. First pitch from Pooler, misses low. Count goes to 1-0. Sun set behind Flathead Field here, always so beautiful. As now a 1-0 will come in to Cole. Called strike. Count goes to 1-1. Cole, his last time up, an infield single on that slow roller over kind of near third. Runge didn't have a chance to make a play on it. ripped up the middle. A base hit from Ryan Cole. He's 2 for 2 on the day, and a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 4th. Mason Dennison steps up. He hit it all the way to the warning track his last time, but it was caught by Aaron Simmons out there to end that high-scoring bottom of the 1st inning, where 4 runs ended up coming across for Glacier. Breon Pooler now is up and over 70 with this next pitch coming in. Apparently the nickname for Mason Dennison is Mad Dog 23. That's a swing and a miss. To start off, Mad Dog 2023. I don't know. I think it's a working nickname that we're going with for Mason Dennison. Count goes to 0-1 on Dennison. Breon Pooler, glance over at Ryan Cole. Good speed there from Cole. Don't expect him to stay steady for too long. Pick over to first, nearly got Cole diving back in, but he's back in safely. A cold wind kind of starting to make its way into the stadium. 73 degrees is what I got. Another swing and a miss from Mason Dennison. Count goes to 0-2 on the Glacier shortstop. No outs, runner on first. Bottom of the 4th here. Dennison versus Pooler. Ball that just misses low. True strike zone had that just missing, technically, a little bit inside, more than low. 88-mile-per-hour fastball makes it 1-2. Cole stunts a run, and he eventually will go, and he's almost safe there. But it is a throw out to second, 5-4 fielder's choice. The throw to first is not in time. That would have been a great situation for a hit and run, as the stunted steal could have turned into a possible runner in scoring position at least. But instead, 5-4 fielder's choice, 1 gone and 1 at first. In comes Ryan Cash. Cash is 0 for 2. First pitch, he swings and misses. Every once in a while, like once a month, it feels like the Ryan Cash just has one of these days where he just can't connect, can't be on the right page that we usually see him. And maybe today is that day. It is weird to see him go 0 for 2. This one swung on, a perfect situation of a hit and run, but it's a great play from Bacchino, thrown up, and it's safe over at first. Bacchino went full extension to dive down and get that ball. The only play he had was at first. And by the time he got up and flung it to first base, it was definitely not quick enough to get Cash. We see that hit over there. Nice dive, but then he lost it at his feet, if you see that there. Another look at it. Hit over there. He loses it for just a second, have to pick it up off the turf, and it's clearly in safe from Ryan Cash. Infield single, call it. And runners on first and second now for Brant Broussard. First pitch in the zone for the LSU Tiger, called strike, count goes 0-1. I asked Brant Broussard about the game on Sunday night where LSU had that absolute barn burner finish with the Florida State Seminoles. And as that one misses in the dirt and nobody advances, count goes to 1-1. He jokingly told me after the game last night, he said, "Yeah, man, I almost had to take a day off." They take their football seriously down there in Baton Rouge, there's no doubt about it. And to score a game seemingly tying touchdown with no time on the clock after marching 99 yards down the field and then have the extra point blocked and go off the crossbar, ooh, that is the ultimate roller coaster of emotions right there. And I have to agree with everybody who has gone to social media about it. Without a doubt, the leading candidate probably most of the year, unless we get something really crazy in a higher stakes game, like a playoff game or, a bowl game or something, that it is the play, or that it is the game of the season. just incredible. Just incredible. And, my heart goes out to obviously the Broussard family watching from home, but all the LSU Tigers fans out there that had to go through that, because that is a tough one to lose. Tough swing and a miss there. Count goes to 3-2. I believe Brant Broussard's dad, I've talked about him, Burke Broussard, and not only was he a player at LSU, led them to was a part of the squad on their trip to their first ever Collegiate World Series, but he's also a member of the Louisiana Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame, I believe. He was Brant's coach in high school. And obviously a very special relationship between the two that has been partially fueled through the love of the game of baseball and probably some love for the LSU Tigers. Ball 4. Brant Broussard does exactly what a coach's son would do. A smart approach at the plate, fouled off a 2-strike pitch there, and found his way to a bases or a full count walk. And up comes Dean Miller. Dean Miller has his name on so many firsts here. So many team marks in this inaugural season. But could he hold one of the most pivotal marks in franchise history? That would be the first Grand Slam at Flathead Field. Oh, he tried for it. Oh, he tried for it. Swing and a miss on that upstairs fastball. That one on the inside, so it might have jammed him up there. But if he was able to put some sort of barrel to that, which he was trying with that early swing, man, that one might still be in the air. 0-1 is the count on Dean Miller. Off the plate, count goes to 1-1. A home run last night. And I say specifically the wording, not just the first home run by a range rider at Flathead Field, not just the first Grand Slam by a range rider. There has never been a Grand Slam, period, home or away. And with a game and a half remaining, time is running out for it to happen in this inaugural season. Breaking ball misses on the inside, 2-1. Unless we get a double play, Brody Wofford, also a decent candidate to have that mark if Dean Miller can't do it. But now he's got the count in his favor. 2-1 coming in to Dean Miller. Swung on. It's not going to be a grand slam, but it'll be a base hit. One will score. The green light coming home. There will be no throw. 2 RBI single from Dean Miller. It is 6-0. Glacier leads Great Falls. That one did jam on the inside of the bat. So he clearly did not barrel it up the way that he wanted to. But it didn't matter with the bat speed that he's got. Even a jam on the hands can carry to shallow center field for Mr. Miller. We're going to get a conversation between Tommy Thompson and Breon Pooler, who has just not had his stuff today. From the get-go, Glacier came out, and it wasn't Breon Pooler struggling. He didn't get a couple calls maybe, but really Glacier just seemed to figure him out too early, and Tommy Thompson's seen enough with 1 out and runners on first and second. He's going to take an early call to the pen here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. We're going to see the new pitcher warm up. Work is cut out for Great Falls. They need to come back, and they need to stop the avalanche of offense we've seen from Glacier. Don't go anywhere. A new pitcher's warming up here in the bottom of the 4th. It is 6-0 Glacier after the 2 RBI single from Dean Miller. The new pitcher for the Great Falls Voyagers is number 21, Connor Spear, rookie out of the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, originally from the state of Indiana. He's got runners on first and second, and he sees a dangerous hitter in Brody Wofford. First pitch misses outside. Count goes to 1-0. True strike zone had that one as a strike off the outside edge. Spear, no pity for him on pitch number 1. Swing and a miss there makes the count 1-1 for Brody Wofford, who's 1 for 2 tonight with a double down the right field line. That continued that offensive run that we saw in the first inning. The 1-1. Swung on. It's a high fly ball to shallow right field. Caught by the right fielder Simmons, and the throw will just go as far as the shortstop to Guzman, who cuts it off. Nobody moves up. Just to pop out to right field for out number 2. Spear has come in and done one job, which is getting that first out. And now Eddie McCabe steps up, who singled into right field this last time up. It's Speedy Broussard on second, Dean Miller on first, who can boogie as well. Spear, the former Warhawk, Whitewater is where he played his college ball, but was a Warhawk there. 13-1 record over his collegiate career and a 2.01 ERA, but those are the kind of numbers that you see from pretty much everybody that comes out of D3 to play at this level. There's a big step up for a lot of these D3 guys, and I say that as somebody who is one of the biggest advocates for Division III. This season with Great Falls, he has I don't think these stats are correct right in front of me. As Baseball Reference has not seemingly updated correctly. Yeah, it's definitely not correct. He has 18 appearances, 2 starts, a 10.74 ERA. Does Spear. 1-1 is the count. Smacked, but right at the first baseman, Colbush. Good reaction from Colbush there to end a possible scoring opportunity for more. But the 2 RBI single from Dean Miller makes it 6-0. We head to the 5th. Back here, we're in the top of the 5th as the sweet pipes of Neil Diamond bring us into this 5th inning. Sweet Caroline, becoming a tradition more and more here at Flathead Field. And the first pitch from Mr. Rob Hamby, pitch number 53 for him on the day, misses high to Aaron Simmons in this half inning. We get 8, 9, and 1 at least for the Great Falls Voyagers. Simmons, Bocchino, and Runge. Swung on, popped up. It is high, and it is out of play. Count goes to 1-1. 2 RBI single from Dean Miller in this last half inning made it 6-0 in favor of the Glacier Range Riders. A ball there that just misses low and away. Count goes to 2-1. It has been impressive thus far from both the offense and the pitching and the defense. All phases really have been clicking. A couple extra walks more than Hamby would probably want, but other than that, you can't knock much with how the Range Riders are playing in their penultimate home game of the year. The 3-1 coming into Simmons. Misses inside. And okay.
Number 16.
I thought I short-circuited there for a second. And you know me. If you've been a Range Rider fan and you've listened to enough broadcasts, you know there are sometimes when I have no idea what is going on. That time, I had it figured out. But Simmons wanted to get himself a 5th ball maybe. I don't know, because that was ball 4, and he took a long time to realize it and take his free base. Leadoff walk here to start the inning. First pitch into Bocchino is a foul ball. Count goes to 0-1. Again, apologies to the Bocchino family and Del Rey. If I am pronouncing the name wrong, feel free to tweet at the Range Riders Twitter account or myself at Scott Gladstone, SCOTGLADSTONE, if I'm pronouncing that name wrong. But this is what I was told from the coaching staff of the Great Falls Voyagers, so I shift blame to them. Another one up and near the head of Bocchino. We saw that last night, that Bocchino got a bunch up near his head. There's no beef between these two sides, at least not with Bocchino, because last night was the first time that he played the Glacier Range Riders. So I think they just got a scout on him that said throw it up and near his head or the upper inside corner, back him off the plate a little bit, something. Seems like a dangerous way to live, both for the pitcher not wanting to get a hit by pitch and allow him a free base that way, and a dangerous way for Bocchino to try and stand at the plate. 2-1. Misses low, and it's 3-1. Hamby is in danger of walking 2 straight batters to lead off the inning. Into the Florida native. From the Georgia native, Rob Hamby, and it is ball 4. 2 5-pitch walks. And you walk 8 and 9 in the order and make way for the leadoff man who has a lot of pop in his bat, and he's come up empty 2 times today, but it has been nothing short of shellacking as both times he has carried the ball well to center field, deep center field at that. Problem was, Ben McConnell's been waiting for it with his glove open both times. Conversation on the mound. Mike Spears comes out. Maybe Hamby getting in his head a little bit. He does have zeros across the board for Great Falls, and not wanting to allow anything but a 0 in there, has forgot about the most crucial 0, which is the one under the R column. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, and that's all I need to say, and that's all I'm going to say for now, with the everlasting fear of an announcer's jinx. Maybe I did it just by thinking about it, though. Runners on first and second. No outs. And Drew Sims is going to have a conversation now with Rob Hamby. They're going to figure out the signals, and this is going to go down as 2 mound visits with no pitches thrown in between, which means the next time there is a discussion needed this inning, it would force a new pitcher to come in. And they're going to take their time because they realize they don't got much more time, and no more conferences on the bump. Colin Runge, what can he do? Trying to claw his team back into it. They fell behind 6-0 in this game. And now, what can he do to shrink that deficit? Well, he nearly took off the head of his third base coach, Nick Emanuel, on that swing. Rifled it off the bat, and luckily Emanuel gets out of the way of it. No exit velo recorded, but I think that one might have split over 100 miles per hour off the bat of Nick Emanuel, or off the bat of Runge, nearly into the head of Nick Emanuel. 0-1. This one's popped up. Count goes to 0-2 as it goes out of play. Oh, look at that sunset. Sorry, I got distracted. So beautiful. Purple sky turning to a dark night here. Count goes to 0-2. 0-2, no outs. Runners on first and second. 6-0 scoreline. Runge trying to make a difference. 0-2. Swung on, just got a piece of it. Did Runge. Count stays at 0-2. 90 miles per hour in there from the right arm of Rob Hamby. Good speed on second in the right fielder, Aaron Simmons. Bocchino on first, can boogie as well. Runge at the plate even. He's got speed. There's lots of alacrity on the base paths. Late swing from Runge. He swings and misses, and it's a huge strike and a huge strikeout for the Beard, Rob Hamby. Mason Dennison, since coming to this squad, you know, there's a lot of faith defensively put in the shortstop because of what that position represents as a leader in the infield. And I feel like I've just noticed more and more his constant talking with the pitcher, trying to give him tips, trying to help him out. And I think Mason Dennison seems to be really good at that. First pitch misses off the plate to Jake Malik. Malik 0 for 1, has worked himself a walk today. Runners on first and second with 1 out. That one also misses off the plate, and Hamby's fallen behind 2-0. About to throw pitch number 69 is Rob Hamby. Pitch count going up, and still no warm-ups going on in the pen. A long stare back at Simmons on second. The pitch, a 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Count goes to 2-1. Good breaker there with a drop of 11 inches. 2-1 is the count, 1 out. 6'7" Rob Hamby prepares to fire to the left-hander Jake Malik. Beautiful, buttery little breaking ball that finds the zone. Count goes to 2-2. That 72-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch evens up the count. Malik, a North Dakota State grad in his second year, played for the Great Falls Voyagers last season as well. 2-2 swung on, and it is fouled. No, it's a swing and a miss. Oh, I'm going to clip that one. We'll see. It's a swing and a miss, says the home plate umpire, so that's a strikeout. Home plate umpire Willie Stacy is saying that is strike number 3. That ball was swung on. It was not caught cleanly by the catcher Drew Sims. Malik seems to think they got a piece of it. But clearly, Tommy Thompson, Nick Emanuel, and the rest of the Voyagers, they also think that he got a piece of it.
Home plate umpire Willie Stacy said no, he didn't. And that should be strike 3 if he did not get a piece of it. Tommy Thompson is letting an earful go to Willie Stacy. We saw Nick Hogan push himself to the fringe of getting ejected last night, as there's not going to be there looked like we were going to have a conversation between the umpires, but then Willie Stacy came around and said, I have a few more words to say to Tommy Thompson. Tommy Thompson's getting a little more animated. Willie Stacy is seeming to be pretty chill, simmer down, as we are going to get a conversation between the umpires. I did try and clip it, so we'll see if we have a decent replay to see. But if it's a fraction of lumber on that ball, it will be very hard to see. I didn't hear anything, and I think that that is the biggest indicator that I have up here, especially with, sometimes my view being blocked. And they are saying it is a strike rather than a foul, and we'll see how far Tommy Thompson wants to argue it. Let's take a look at the full-speed replay here. You cannot see there. Let's go slow-mo. I cannot see anything that would tell me that he did hit that ball on that replay. And very clearly, I'm biased. I've said this 1,000 times before. I'm the broadcaster for the Range Riders. But I have a hard time seeing something definitive there. And unless there was a little knock hit, which would have sounded, as faint as just a snap from the bat, then it is hard to determine that. But I don't think Malik would try and be so quick to argue if he doesn't really feel like he did hit it. There's a swing. Count goes to 1-1. Runners on first and second with 2 leadoff walks. But it has been 2 strikeouts since for Rob Hamby, trying to slam the door on this inning, maybe see him in the 6th. A foul ball. Count goes to 1-2. If the inning has ended here, we'll go to the inning break and take one more look at that, because that becomes a huge call, just in the sense of how good of a batter Malik is and what more he could have done with just a chance to see one more pitch. And even if it, if you think foul tip, still ended up with the catcher. This one's hit out to left field, hit well. Backing up is Brant Broussard, and he makes a leap into the wall. Wow, he took a powerful hit from the wall, but a standing ovation from the crowd here at Flathead Field. Another web gem to end an inning from the Glacier Range Riders defense. How about it from Brant Broussard? We head to the bottom of the 5th.
Back here, I showed you a replay if you were watching the broadcast in between those innings, really trying to hash it through, see if I could see anything. It was not until I kind of tried to stop and start it on that last time I looked at it when I could see maybe that there was just a little bit of a touch, possibly. I still can't conclusively say that, but that is a possibility, as it was so close there. And our camera, I mean, what you really need is that side view of like a nice 4K super slow-mo to really see if it took a touch. But we do not have that here. We're lucky that we get you 3 camera angles sometimes. Count is 2-0 on Ben McConnell. No outs here. We lead off the bottom of the 5th in a 6-0 Glacier game. Make it 3-0 on Ben McConnell. Connor Spear, you do not want to walk this leadoff batter in the form of Benny Mack. (3-0). Does not find the zone. And McConnell will gladly walk to first on the 4-pitch base on balls. I don't know what the score in Billings is. I'm going to check on that. They are up 5-1 in the top of the 7th. So we continue to be in a situation where if results hold, Great Falls is eliminated. Billings heads to the PBL playoffs. First pitch into Drew Sims is a ball. It misses. Count goes to 1-0, and it's 5 straight balls thrown by Connor Spear to start off this inning. Could he match the unfruitful start that Hamby had in the top half of this frame? Pickoff attempt over to first, unsuccessful. Count goes to 1-0. Or count stays at 1-0. Runner stays on first. McConnell's going. Pitch up high. The throw, and it's safe at second. Ben McConnell. So much speed, and he has his 42nd stolen bag of the year. Another look at the speed from Benny Mack. Up high, you see it, and he's in there pretty clearly safe. Back to the action, and it's 6 straight balls thrown by Spear. It will not be a 7th straight. That one finds the zone. Count goes to 2-1. Drew Sims 1 for 2 today. He singled up the middle and struck out looking. That one misses. 7 out of 8 pitches now are balls from Connor Spear. 6-0 our score line here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Glacier trying to turn this into even more of a trouncing here in their penultimate home game of the season. That one nearly hits Sims. It avoids his body, but it results in the same thing, a free pass to first base. And it is 8 balls thrown in 9 pitches to start the inning from the Indiana native by way of UWW. Wisconsin Whitewater. A guy who played his college ball in the state of Indiana, now stepping up. South Bend is where he called home for 5 years. The University of Notre Dame. Ryan Cole. Infield single that scored Ben McConnell his first time up. Nobody seemingly preparing to save Connor Spear, as we'll see if he can do the same gymnastics that Mr. Rob Hamby did in the top half of this inning. Squares to bunt, foul ball. Rob Hamby walked the first 2 batters of the top of the 5th. Came out with 2 strikeouts, one of those a controversial one. And then that deep drive into left field where Brant Broussard laid his body on the line, took a hit from the wall. But man, talk about a guy that went to LSU. He acted like an LSU football player with the bravado. He took that hit from the wall. That's a green light coming home. Ben McConnell will be safe. An RBI single for Ryan Cole. I don't know if he lost his bat on that or what. Maybe that was a broken bat. Yeah, it was a clean broken bat there. And Nick Hogan, that's the reason why you get a third base coach there. Ben McConnell very well could have rounded third and ran into that bat. But Nick Hogan, very apt to see that. He went down, he picked up that bat. And I think from the get-go, Ben McConnell knew that he would have the green light to come home. So he didn't need to see Nick Hogan giving him that green light. As you see him slide in safely there. Kind of an unconventional slide there. Not as smooth as sometimes you see from Mr. Ben McConnell. Foul ball to start off the at-bat for Mason Dennison. Dennison 0 for 2 tonight. A ground out and a fly out. 7-0 now, as it has turned into a touchdown lead for the home side Range Riders. Nice pitch that finds the zone there. Spears ahead 0-2. And will prepare to throw his 20th pitch now to Dennison. Range Riders have 10 hits today. And Dennison is the only Range Rider that doesn't have a hit. Up high. Did he hold off? No. The first base ump said that he went. It's called swinging strike 3. And that's the first out of the bottom of the 5th. Drew Sims at second, Ryan Cole at first. And now Ryan Cash is the man stepping up after the lineup card is turned over. Cash singled over to second base when Bacchino laid out for that one fully and then couldn't get it to first base in time to get the speedy Cash. So that's where Cash's one hit comes from. He's 1 for 3 today. That pitch misses high. Count goes to 1-0. An RBI single from Ryan Cole, who's had himself a solid afternoon. 2 RBIs, scoring Ben McConnell both times. One on an infield hit, one on a broken bat single. 1-0, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Swung on, and it's out of play on a foul ball. Count goes to 1-1. Other updates from around the PBL right now. Doubleheader down in Grand Junction, Colorado. The Rockies beat the Rocky Mountain Vibes 7-4 in Game 1. They're beating them 15-3 in Game 2. Jeez. Already got their playoff spot booked, but they are pummeling the already eliminated Vibes. Northern Colorado up 15-4 on the Ogden Raptors. Missoula is up 13-6 on the Boise Hawks, and Billings still up 5-1 on Idaho Falls, inching ever closer to a playoff spot. We get a green light for Drew Sims coming home. There will be no throw home. Drew Sims finds his way into home plate, and it is an RBI single from Ryan Cash. Make it 8-0 as the 2-point conversion is good here at Flathead Field. Brant Broussard stepping up now. First time seeing him since he ended the last inning with that impressive defensive play. Also should note that Ryan Cole rounded second, headed to third, and was able to get there successfully. So it's runners on the corners in this 8-0 game. And at this point, I'm going to have to start looking at the record book, seeing what the biggest win for the Range Riders is at Flathead Field, because they are inching close to it. Or at least at the midpoint in this game, they are. Misses in the dirt on the first pitch. Lots of speed on the base pass for Brant Broussard. Cash can boogie from first. Cole at third. You just saw what he could do, making up that first to third run in a very quick time. Broussard is 1 for 2, also has a walk, a double, and he scored the first run of this game. No pity. That one misses the zone. Count goes to 2-0. Did not miss by much, but Brant Broussard's so good at just that subtle little twitch and crouch of the body to limit his strike zone. Count is 2-0 now. A hitter's count for the Louisiana native. Not even close there. 3-0. Another ball loads the bases for Dean Miller. Another chance for the Riverside native to make history here at Flathead Field. 3-0, 1 out, runners on the corners. Connor Spear sets and fires. It'll be strike one. Hits right now 11-0 in favor of the Range Riders. Ball 4. Low and outside. And Dean Miller, for the second inning in a row, steps up with the bases loaded. And actually the same situation, bases loaded, 1 out. He stepped up, got a 2 RBI single his last time in this situation. 2 runs are across already in this half inning for the Glacier Range Riders. Dean Miller with the speedy cash on second could easily push it to double digits here for Glacier. Still nobody warming in the pen. It is Spears' inning right now. First pitch misses low to Dean Miller. Count goes to 1-0. Once again, never has a grand slam been hit in this ballpark. This one on the ground, a chance for 2, flip for 1, the throw to first, and it is a good stretch from Kolbush over at first base. And instead of 1, 2, 3, 4 runs, it is just 1, 2 outs. A 6-4-3 double play limits it to just 2 runs this inning for the Glacier Range Riders. It's 8-0. We head to the 6th. Back here, we are in the top of the 6th inning. Rob Hamby, maybe 1 or 2 more innings of work for him. Derek Kolbush. First pitch, swung on over to first, fielded by McCabe over there. And McCabe flips to Hamby covering the mound. It is 1 gone on 1 pitch. Perfect for the Range Riders, as McCabe just had to be a hockey goalie there and put his body in the way of it. And then Hamby, something that he struggled with early in the season was covering first base, but for the most part has really worked out those kinks, at least from what I've seen. And I don't want to jinx it, but that's just how it's been for him lately, and really disciplined about that. First pitch off the outside, and also a good side note to see there, the Range Riders faithful continue to hound Derek Kolbush, who has struggled in the game and a half that he's played here. Misses up high. Count goes to 2-0. Obviously, it's been good for Mr. Hamby thus far. 5 1/3 innings pitched, but he does have more walks than strikeouts right now. 4 strikeouts to 5 walks. He also has a hit by pitch. That means 6 free passes given up. That's a foul ball out of play. Count goes to 2-1. 1 out. Deeb at the plate. Deeb is 0 for 2. He grounded out up the middle and flied out to center. No warm-ups going on right now in the pen for the Glacier Range Riders as Hamby throws pitch number 80, and it's just a piece grabbed by Deeb. Count goes to 2-2. It was incredibly impressive last inning from Hamby, who walked the first 2 batters, got out of it without allowing those batters to budge an inch. They stayed at first and second for 2 strikeouts and a fly out to left. Swung on, that's a foul ball. And it one hops to a fan. That was the closest a foul ball has come to me up in the booth. And I was ready for it. If it levitated just a little bit further, it would have come right into my window. Count is still 2-2. Off the plate, we go full at 3-2. Three-two, 1 out. Bottom of the or top of the 6th. 8-0. Glacier leads Great Falls. Swung on up the middle, and it will get by the second baseman Ryan Cash. The first hit of the game from the Great Falls Voyagers comes off the bat of Michael Deeb. It is 5 1/3 inning of no-hit baseball from Rob Hamby that has now come to an end. How about it from Rob Hamby? A few weeks ago, he started off a game with 13 straight retired. That means a perfect game into the 5th inning. Here, he takes a no-hitter into the 6th inning. And that is what Rob Hamby does. When he starts sizzling, it is hard to stop him, and he can really get on a roll. But right now, still trying to keep that shutout alive. 1-0. No pity there as that misses. Count goes to 2-0. I think that might be enough to start getting action ready in the Glacier bullpen, but as I look over to the bullpen, nothing's happening. I think with this most likely being Rob Hamby's final start of the year, it might be kind of leave it all out there as we get another hit. This one goes by Cash at second as well on the other side of him, and it's 2 straight hits for the Voyagers. Deeb gets to second. De Guzman now on first. The bottom of the order is going to have an opportunity to maybe do something here as Will Olson steps up. 0 for 2 is the Voyagers catcher. He reached on an error his first time up. Righty-righty matchup. Misses up high to start it off. And Hamby, that's the one thing. I mentioned the walks, but just in general, getting behind batters has been a struggle for him. First pitch strike percentage is at 45% for him. There's a called strike. Count goes to 1-1. One out. Deeb at second, De Guzman at first. This one swung on. A great snag by Dennison, and he throws to second for out number 2. It's a 6-4 double play. Oh, my word. The defense does not stop. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Cracked. The catch from Dennison right there. He flips to second, and it was close at second. And Deeb still arguing right now with the umpire. Oh my goodness, we got to see that in slow-mo. Dennison grabs it out of the air, launches, catch the throw while he's falling down, and it was so close there. The call goes against the Great Falls Voyagers. Tommy Thompson's going to get an earful in right now for the umpire on the base paths. I'll let you know if anything happens to him, that he
clearly has a right to be a little bit upset with some of the calls that have gone against his squad today. He escapes without ejection here. It's 8-0. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Back here, we are in the bottom of the 6th. I can't believe some of the defensive plays we've seen here. And, of course, you can take a look at that, and you can probably look at it 1,000 times and maybe make an argument that Deeb was back in the second successfully. But really just not even his fault running the base paths, as, you know, you see a ball hit like that and you don't think there's a chance it gets by the shortstop. But Dennison launched up into the air, made the grab, and then from a falling down position, as this is a high fly to right field. Backing up is Simmons. He'll get to the fence, and it'll go over the wall. Goodbye, baseball. A home run from Brody Wofford. It is 9-0 in the bottom of the 6th. A towering fly ball down the right field line, and the all-time Glacier Range Riders leader in home runs adds another to his tally. The 20th home run of the season for Brody Wofford. The first ever Range Rider to hit the 20 home run mark. Of course, it is Brody Wofford, a day one guy. And like I said, 9-0. This one's looped up into shallow right field. It's going to be a tough play for whoever gets there. Eventually it falls. Nobody gets to it. It is a single, pop fly single from Eddie McCabe. Closest to it was Bocchino, the second baseman, but he had to make what would have been an incredibly difficult over-the-shoulder catch. Not able to do so. And everything is going right for Glacier here on the Tuesday night at Flathead Field. Runner on first, no outs, bottom of the 6th. Ben McConnell sees the first pitch going low, and Connor Spear has thrown just 4 pitches in this inning. And every single one of them has gone against him. A ball to Wofford, a home run to Wofford, that bloop, high pop fly single. And now he's thrown 2 balls to Ben McConnell. The top of the 8th in Billings. The Mustangs still lead 5-1. This one's cracked well to center field. Backing up is Malik. He's still going back, and he's able to make an impressive catch himself. Bouncing off the wall in center field, Jake Malik. He shows his ability in center field, and it is a defensive masterclass from some of the defenders here for both sides at Flathead Field. Jake Malik on the run at about 400 feet away from home plate, made that impressive snag to rob Ben McConnell of extra bases. Up comes Drew Sims. The first pitch into the Glacier catcher. Hits the zone. Count goes to 0-1. We're in the bottom of the 6th here. There's a runner on first. 1 out. Connor Spears on the mound. Drew Sims is at the plate. It's 9-0. Glacier leads the Great Falls Voyagers. Misses. Count goes to 1-1. I hope you are somewhat locked into what is happening here, and I hope my attempt at trying to feed it to you in a digestible way is possible in some sense. But I assume for Voyagers fans who know what's at stake, not much, is feeling very edible right now as the season is slowly ticking away with a Billings lead and a monstrous Great Falls deficit. 1-2 is the count with one out and a runner on first. Swung on, foul ball. It should be said about this Great Falls squad that seemingly you can make an argument maybe for another team here and there, but there's no team that lost more talent to affiliated baseball than the Voyagers. This one's a high fly ball to right field. Backing up is Simmons, and he makes the catch in front of the Farmers Insurance sign there in right field, and it's a fly out to Simmons for out number 2. 5 different players over the course of this past year, some in the offseason, some during the regular season, and right when this stretch got really hard for them to try and need to at least make a run at a couple games to get themselves to be a viable playoff team. I mean, they were right in the playoff hunt, the thick of it, and then they really started to struggle. This one gets completely by the catcher. It's a wild pitch that advances McCabe to second base. You take a look at losing Riley Jepson, and I think that was a huge blow for this Great Falls squad. And obviously it's one of mixed feelings because I know the Voyagers fans there in the Electric City, as this one again misses, and again McCabe will just get a chance to scamper to third now. What gusto from Ryan Cole there, just standing in there too. He barely even moved a muscle, it seemed, when that ball was coming at his body 2 times in a row. He will gladly just eat it, I guess. The 2-0 with 2 outs and now a runner on third. If he scores, makes it 10-0. That one up near the face of Ryan Cole, and the crowd more than happy to get into it in a 9-0 game. And right now we are getting some extracurriculars as Nick Hogan comes in here, and I think Dennison might have said something to the catcher. Nick Hogan's talking with the home plate umpire and said there's 3 straight pitches thrown at Ryan Cole. And he's doing exactly what he should and saying, can we get a warning? Can we get something? Because he threw 3 fastballs. 2 of them completely missed the catcher. They were so far inside. And then we get one that goes upstairs and just misses the head of Ryan Cole. Obviously, it's a 9-0 game, and it would seem a little bit screwed up to start throwing at a guy right here. Like I said, I saw some of the interactions between, and we are going to get warnings to both sides. And will Tommy Thompson come out and ask about this? He's going to come in and say, I assume he's saying, why are we warning both sides in a 9-0 game just because our guy missed a couple times? That's probably the likely argument there, but now both pitchers have to be very careful and make sure not to hit any batters because it should be an automatic ejection if anybody gets hit with a pitch. I think the crowd fed into that just as much as pitcher or batter did. And again, I think Dennison on deck is making sure to stick up for the guy in front of him. His teammate Ryan Cole, make sure that nothing's getting a little sketchy there. As we'll see what happens up next here. We got 2 pitchers warming up in the bullpen. And we got Cliff doing the Macarena. Cliff, just no care in the world right now, up 9-0. All right, well, we're back underway. It seems, let's see what happens with this 3-0 pitch. A nice breaking ball. Maybe that's what he was setting him up for with the 3 hard inside fastballs, and then you do a breaker that
Looks like it's coming inside, and Ryan Cole lets it go by for a 3-1. Let's see what he can do in this one. Another pitch that finds the zone. All of a sudden, Connor Spear has found control after warnings were issued to both sides. Ryan Cole is 3 for 3 tonight with 2 RBIs. And it's called strike 3. And Connor Spear walking off the mound. And he had some words to say walking off the mound. And Nick Hogan is walking right up and pointing that out to our home plate umpire, saying clearly he had something vested in that because he had something to say to Ryan Cole. So an interesting dynamic appearing here in the 6th inning. We'll see what happens when we head to the 7th. Up comes former San Francisco Giants organization pitcher, Mr. Trenton Toplicar. Let me read you off the final line for the pitcher that started the game for the Glacier Range Riders, Rob Hamby. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, no runs, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, a hit by pitch. That's a whip of 1.67, and of obviously the most important number, a 0 on the scoreboard that he exits with. There has been 4 Glacier Range Riders shutouts in franchise history. The starting pitcher for 2 of those 4 shutouts is Rob Hamby. Can he make it 3? Well, that goes into the hands of Trenton Toplicar now. Toplicar coming on and making his 8th appearance of the year for the Glacier Range Riders, a 1.64 ERA and 11 innings pitched. He has just 2 earned runs against him and 9 strikeouts, has walked 0 players in the Pioneer League at this point. I love a guy that will fill up the strike zone, and I'll tell you what, Trenton Toplicar, he is one of the most interesting characters on this Range Riders squad since he showed up about a couple weeks ago. Two-one, swung on, popped up. Up the silo, running around is Drew Sims to make the play. Oh my goodness. Everybody's trying to add one to the highlight reel. Drew Sims falls on his butt and makes the catch in foul ground for out number 1 in the top of the 7th. Man, there might not be a highlight posted to social media tomorrow. It might just be defensive highlights. How impressive has it been? The leather from these Range Riders. That one made the knees buckle of Cal Bacchino, but it finds the strike zone. Count goes to 0-1. 9-0 here in the top of the 7th. Meeting number 27 all time between these two franchises. The Voyagers have been around since pre-1950 when their owner at the time claimed to have seen a UFO, and it inspired him to name his team the Voyagers. And obviously, if you look up, I mean, you can see it right in front of you, the logo, obviously space and alien inspired. I love their alternate logo of a little alien riding in a UFO. 1-2 is the count after a swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt from Cal Bacchino. 1-2, 1 out. The Range Riders, of course, not around pre-1950. This is year number 1 for the brand new franchise. Swung on and fouled, and down to a knee is Bacchino. (9:15 p.m. local time, just dipped below 70 degrees. It is 68 degrees here in the Flathead Valley. Local time being mountain time. Toplicar's family likely watching from an hour behind us in California. Ball misses. We go to 2-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Grabbed by Drew Sims. He'll have to make a routine throw to first. And it's a strikeout from Toplicar for out number 2 in the top of the 7th. Got a little thriller going on, a little Michael Jackson. As we go into September here, we're only 1 month away from the month where you'll hear Thriller the most. October, of course. I think one of my favorite holidays is Halloween. Every once in a while you get asked what your favorite holiday is, and obviously, you know, a lot of those winter holidays, whether it be Christmas, New Year's, those kind of get the big headlines. But I'm personally kind of a Halloween guy. Ripped into left field from Colin Runge, and finally his hard-hitting ability pays off. 104 miles per hour off the bat, and he earns himself a single, the 3rd hit of the day for the Great Falls Voyagers. It's a 2-out single and has a runner on first now. In the top of the 7th through the Voyagers, up comes Jake Malik. Malik is 0 for 2. He's got himself a walk. First pitch coming into Malik. Thought about going, didn't go. Count goes to 1-0 as it misses his zone. Sometimes, I don't say it anymore because I realize how egotistical it sounds, but I remember growing up that I would say my favorite holiday was my birthday. This one's hit right to short, fielded by Dennison. Speaking of birthdays, it's 2 Range Rider birthdays today. Happy birthday to Noah Marcello as well as Drew Holwiger, who both have celebrated another trip around the sun today. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Stick around and watch the 7th inning stretch if you're interested.
The 7th inning stretch. Get on your feet. Get those vocal cords ready. Looks like Huck and Cliff have found some friends, and here we go. Everybody sing.
Back here, we're in the bottom of the 7th. And once again, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I got to just thank one more time, all the staff, but very specifically Josh Nichols, the clubhouse manager here for the Glacier Range Riders, does an incredible job. He has so much to do. And if you know what clubbies have to do, it's a job that oftentimes feels very thankless. You're out of the ballpark early before the players. You leave after the players leave. You're doing their laundry. You're doing, getting food for them, doing all those types of things. And very often it gets overlooked, but it is a instrumental part of minor league baseball at all levels. And Josh Nichols, somebody all the way across the country, decided to sign on and be a part of this inaugural season, and he's done a phenomenal job. And although he criticizes me for being a Halloween guy, I still have to give him a shout-out. Swing and a miss for Mason Dennison as he's turned down on 3 strikes. Up comes Ryan Cash now. We're in the bottom of the 7th. We got a new pitcher for the Great Falls Voyagers. It's Ethan Swanson, and I think that's a smart call from the manager of the Voyagers, Tommy Thompson, for more than a couple of reasons. Obviously, things seeming to kind of heat up between Connor Spear and the Range Riders as that bottom of the 6th fizzled to an end, but also Spear was struggling a fair amount and getting hit here and there. This is a foul ball out of play. Count goes to 1-1 for Ryan Cash. Ethan Swanson on the season, 5.85 ERA. This is his 18th appearance, and he has 25 strikeouts to 21 walks. This one's hit right to second base, fielded by Bacchino, and he throws to first. Colbush has it before Cash touches the bag, and it's a 4-3 ground out for out number 2. And speaking of birthdays, I already mentioned it, Noah Marcello celebrating his birthday today. He turns 22 as September 6th, 2000 was the day that Noah Marcello was born. He's the only 2000 baby in the bunch for these Glacier Range Riders. So happy birthday to Noah Marcello. Let's see if he can find a hit to help him blow out the candles. First pitch is inside on Marcello. Count goes to 1-0, 5'9", 190-pounder. Out of San Mateo, California, fouled back into the netting. Count goes to 1-1. Similar to Fernando Loera on the Voyagers, somebody that came straight out of JUCO into playing pro ball. Marcello did have a successful summer with the Duluth Huskies, as this one is hit into shallow center field, and it's a birthday hit for Noah Marcello. He is batting 1,000 as a 22-year-old, and he is on first with 2 outs. And we get another pinch hitter. This is David Kiriakou. Forgot to put down that it was a pinch hitter in Marcello, so I'm going to go do that and then have to turn around and put a pinch hitter here for Dean Miller. As this is essentially the Range Riders trying to get everybody a touch here in this penultimate game. You never know how tomorrow's going to go. But for now, trying to soak it in and let as many players be involved in this win as possible. Kiriakou, he's somebody that I think really is trying to soak up every minute of playing here with the Range Riders. I see him constantly before the game. I've never really seen him in that much of a bad mood. As that pitch misses high, count goes to 1-1 on Kiriakou. And I think in terms of, obviously I've seen the OG guys, the guys that have been here since the home opener, who have talked extensively with the home fans, the kids and everything. But Kiriakou, he's somebody that for the amount of time he's been here,
his ratio of how much time he spends interacting with the fans. And it seems like a lot of times he's having really engaging conversations, not just a, hey, how you doing? But he'll take his time and really gnaw into a little bit more of the understanding and the psyche of the fans. And that's something that I think, the fans really appreciate. And it's important. It's important at all levels of sports to humanize yourself as an athlete. And right there, Kiriakou will earn himself a 5-pitch walk. Up comes Cordell Dunn now. We get a trio of pinch hitters. I think we're getting a C. Dunn chant maybe for Cordell Dunn, who's coming in as the pinch hitter. First pitch misses low to Cordell Dunn. Count goes to 1-0. He comes in for Brody Wofford. Kiriakou replaces Miller. That one misses the zone. And it was Marcelo that replaced Broussard. This is a foul ball popped up, and it's not going to be playable. It hits off the top beam of the fence in front of the dugout for the Voyagers. Count goes to 2-1. Broken bat from Cordell Dunn. Marcelo, good speed on second base. David Kiriakou over on first. Cordell Dunn has yet to come up with a hit as a range runner. He has just one at-bat that was on the road down in Missoula against the Paddleheads. 2-1 is a big swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-0. He spent some time in the Detroit Tigers organization, but struggled with them. I'll tell you what, like Kiriakou has seemingly faced every day with optimism. That one misses outside. Cordell Dunn listed as being originally from Tennessee. Like I said, drafted out of Grayson College, which is in Denison, Texas, a JUCO by the Detroit Tigers in the 30th round a couple years ago. 3-2, misses high. Cordell Dunn will reach first base. And that is his first successful trip to the plate as a PBL player. Cordell Dunn played most of this season, started this season with the Sioux City Explorers in the American Association and had just 4 hits for the Explorers. In 2019, he played for the Tigers Gulf Coast team. Eddie McCabe now steps up with 2 outs and the bases loaded. First non-pinch hitter we've seen in a while. As the bases are full of them right now. Foul ball by McCabe. Count goes to 0-1. I wonder how much Tommy Thompson maybe thinks about trading away Eddie McCabe, as he is such an incredible pitcher. Green light sending the run home, and Noah Marcelo will tap home plate. Noah Marcelo gets a birthday hit and a birthday run scored to bring him to 22. Not a bad way to start another lap around the sun for Noah Marcelo. Gets a lap around the bases thanks to a hit, a walk, and I believe what will be scored as a wild pitch. 10-0, as it will be a wild pitch. Here's a foul ball. Count goes to 1-2. Dunn on second, Kiriakou on third. The pitch in, swung on, just a piece of it nabbed by Eddie McCabe. McCabe is 2 for 4 tonight. He has 2 singles, that pop fly single down the right field line, as well as a good smack into left field. Georgetown graduate. In his rookie season as a professional baseball player. 1-2. Swung on. This one's heading towards center field. Malik nabs it down and will make the catch in right center field for out number 3. It was a good run of play from the Glacier Range Riders. Found a way to work Noah Marcello and push the scoring count to double digits. It is 10-0. Glacier leads Great Falls. We head to the 8th. Back here, we are in the bottom of the 7th inning, and I can tell you that, sorry, as I try and catch myself up, both of the pinch runners or pinch batters have stayed in the game. It is in left field now, Noah Marcello, and at third base, David Kiriakou. Cordell Dunn came in for Brody Wofford, who was pinch hitting. So don't have to worry about seeing him on defense, as that will stay the DH position. We'll see if that was a designated pinch hitter or if it was an actual pinch hitter. That one just tucked foul. Count goes to 1-1. Toplicar still in the ball game. He's going to see 3, 4, 5 in the top of the 8th here. Daniel, Kolbush, and Deeb. Glacier leading Great Falls 10-0. And it is final in Billings, Montana. The Billings Mustangs defeat the Idaho Falls Chuckers 5-1. What that means is, unless we have a comeback of epic proportions, that it will be game, set, match, and the PBL playoffs will be set with Billings taking the final spot. Count is 2-2. We'll see if fans in Billings are aware of that. I know at least their broadcaster Brennan is, and he's probably made those watching the stream tuned into that, and maybe we're grabbing a couple Billings fans onto this broadcast as the count goes full at 3-2. Trenton Toplicar about to throw a payoff pitch to Braden Daniel. 2 walks and a line out for Daniel. He had the one that was robbed out in left field when Brant Broussard nabbed the ball and left an imprint of his body on the wall. Swing and a miss from Braden Daniel, and we have one gone in the top of the 8th. 5 outs to save their season for the Great Falls Voyagers. First pitch coming in to Derek Colbush now, 0 for 3 tonight. As Colbush again. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did to these people at Flathead Field. But they come out here with a designed chant just against Derek Colbush. Another ball, count goes to 2-0 for Colbush. 2-0, 1 out, top of the 8th, base is empty for Derek Colbush, a 10-0 game. The Glacier Range Riders lead the Great Falls Voyagers. That one swung on, heavy hit out to left field, but Noah Marcello grabs it on the run, and it is 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Now Michael Deeb comes up. The last time Deeb stepped up, he extinguished the no-hitter from Rob Hamby that he had going into the 6th inning. Got through 5 1/3 innings of no-hit baseball before Deeb was able to single just beyond the outstretched glove of Ryan Cash at second base. First pitch coming in from Toplicar will miss low. Count goes to 1-0. That one also misses. It's 2-0 now on Deeb. Again, I don't know if they're still celebrating on the field in Billings, but I can tell you that the eyes have probably more and more started to turn to this contest across the state. There's a swing and a miss from Deeb. Count goes to 2-1. For manager Jim Riggleman, who was sitting at his house in Florida when he got the call from Billings about the possibility of coming up to the Pioneer League. It was one that he snapped at. I remember reading in the article that was written in The Athletic about him that he never really fully identified himself as in retirement and waited for just this opportunity to come up and coach in the Pioneer League at the ground floor level of professional baseball and see where it took him. And right now he is 4 outs away from his first playoff appearance as a manager since 1998. And I think that's as a head man. He did reach, as I believe, an assistant coach in 2004. It's ball 4. It'll be Deeb walking and Christopher de Guzman stepping up. And we got a little bit of a gear malfunction, it seems, as the glove. Maybe the glove of Drew Sims has something wrong with it. And we're not going to get any camera angle of it right now. Somebody threw him a new glove, and he's trying to figure that out, see if that's going to work for him, but he doesn't seem to like it very much. And now they might go and try and steal Austin Bates' glove. See something new every night. Sometimes it's something really weird. Sometimes it's something really rare. This time, it's just something tedious. And a little bit of a game extender when, we don't need that. Okay, Drew Sims got a new glove there. You'll notice he had a tan glove before. This one's black. We'll see if that affects him at all. Heck, if I don't know. It's a 10-0 game. So I don't know for sure if I'm going to do it, but if it was a closer game, heck, I would just run on him, try and test out that glove early. However, Deeb's not being held over on first. And, yeah, like I said, if it was a closer game, you run on the catcher right there because he did not grab that one cleanly behind the plate. But like I said, both sides seemingly to kind of have a gentleman's agreement that we're not just going to try and start taking bags. Swing and a miss from De Guzman. Count goes to 1-1. When Marcelo reached first with that single last inning, they let him lead off pretty much as he wanted. And Marcelo wasn't trying to swipe bags on them, so that's why maybe Deeb has been given the stop sign to not do the same. And, you know, one stolen base isn't going to change this contest. The only way it will change it is make it a little more contentious, as I'm sure Glacier would not appreciate that. Warnings to both sides already. And so better just keep it as chill as possible because these two teams will play quite a bit more. This one's a high fly ball out to right field. Cole backs up. Cole gets all the way to the track before making the grab for out number 3. It's a walk from Deeb, but now it is just 3 outs away from the season, well, being defined as one that ends in the regular season for the Great Falls Voyagers. The Range Riders have their last chance at insurance in the bottom of the 8th. Don't go anywhere. We're back in the bottom of the 8th. It's Ben McConnell that will lead off this half inning against the new pitcher, the sidewinder Joshua Gaynor, who comes in to throw the final inning. Don't think there's a chance that we see anybody up in the pen. There's literally nobody down there, as whoever the final man that was down there is now making the walk into the dugout, as Voyagers will see the end result of this game together. This is a high fly ball. Will it get down? It will not. Good ground made up by Malik there to rob Ben McConnell of a possibility to run for a few more bases than just one. Instead, the ball ends up with the Voyagers center fielder. And we have one gone in the bottom of the 8th. Drew Sims steps up now. The only eligible player that we have not seen bat is the other catcher, Austin Bates. First pitch into Drew Sims is popped up into shallow left field. The Guzman will backpedal, called off by the left fielder, and Braden Daniel makes the play in shallow left for out number 2. Glacier Range Riders not messing around with Gaynor. More than happy to oblige to 2 quick outs. Who do I talk to after this one? That is the question. So many great performances in this contest. And it has no doubt been an impressive scene from the Glacier Range Riders. That one is a called ball. Count goes to 1-0. Ryan Cole, one of the impressive members of the squad, a 3-for-4 night with 3 singles. Not just those 3 singles, but a couple RBIs as well for Ryan Cole, 2 to be exact. Dean Miller has 2. Brody Wofford has 2. Swing and a miss there. Makes the count 1-1. 2 RBIs from Ben McConnell as well. Misses his own. I believe that makes the count 3-1. No, it's just 2-1. Getting ahead of myself, my bad. 2-1, 2 outs. Bases empty for Ryan Cole. Last chance to tack on some extra runs here. This is a high fly ball out to right field, but it looks like the right fielder has a grasp on it. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Simmons eventually tracks it down. I thought he was admitting defeat and was trying to play that one off the wall, but just before he nicked the rifle green that pads the outfield wall, he was able to grab the ball for out number 3. We head to the 9th, the last chance for the Great Falls Voyagers. They need 10 in the top of the 9th to keep their season alive. Don't go anywhere. The penultimate 9th inning at Flathead Field is coming right up. We are here. We are in the top of the ninth, and it's the last chance for the Great Falls Voyagers, and it's a called strike to start off Justin Coleman's appearance here. He will see 7, 8, 9. There's a swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2. Justin Coleman, the closer on this squad, ever since he arrived. He has solidified himself in that role, but he has had a tough past week, and how good would it be for him to come up with a statement ninth here to carry into his final couple games. Likely probably get 2 or 3 more appearances, at least 2. It seems to be kind of him and Nate Thomas kind of going every other game to finish off contests. The 1-2 coming in from Coleman. Swing and just a foul ball there. We stay alive at 0-2. Starting to see our viewership tick up a little bit more. And as we get a swing and a miss, they are 2 outs away. Aaron Simmons steps in now. These two teams face off again tomorrow night. Instead of a game with playoff implications, it will just be a game for bragging rights. With the win tonight, the Glacier Range Riders draw within 1 on the season series between these two. And like I said, they play over 30 times this season. So it is going to be a hard-fought series to the finish line. First pitch misses inside. A win tonight for Glacier if they're able to get 2 more outs before the Voyagers get 10 runs. It will be the 13th win all-time by the Range Riders over the Voyagers. Push the season series and the all-time series. 13 wins for Glacier, 14 for the Voyagers. Problem is, Glacier has struggled at Centene Stadium, where they play the final 4 games of this series, as there is one doubleheader scheduled somewhere in there. And it's 5-8 the record for the Range Riders all time at the Voyagers' home park. Pitch misses high to Simmons. Count goes to 2-1. Range Riders currently working on a 3-hit performance of the Great Falls Voyagers, who started this season so promisingly. They took it to the defending champs, the Missoula Paddleheads. They were the only team that really seemed to have the Paddleheads' number in the early going. But like I said, losing some players to the Chicago White Sox organization and just too many miscues, both offensively, defensively, some pitching mistakes here and there. And all of that has combined to a really tough-looking second half for this Voyagers squad. 3-2, 1 out. Coleman prepares to fire his 10th pitch into Aaron Simmons. Swing and a miss. Coleman has retired the first 2 Voyagers on strikes. And the last chance for the Great Falls Voyagers in their season is Cal Bocchino. Again, these 2 teams play a handful more times, but Great Falls came in to this series with Glacier with the intentionality of going on a run and challenging the Billings Mustangs for that final playoff spot. It has not gone to plan. A 5-run bottom of the 8th last night, and tonight scoring early and often against the Voyagers. Things went south quickly, and they stayed there. It was 8-0 after the 5th inning, 4-0 after the 1st. And now it is 10-0 with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. 0-1 finds the zone. A called strike, and the count goes to 0-2. Justin Coleman so efficient pitching here on his home turf.
Glacier Range Rider faithful, filling out Flathead Field on a Tuesday night. Coleman sets to fire the 0-2. Foul ball. Let's do it one more time. I will say that it is a pinch hitter and not Cal Bocchino. It is number 8, Fernando Loera, who earns possibly the final at-bat. 0-2, 2 outs. Called ball. Wry smiles from all 2,500 or so that have made their way into the park. Don't have an official attendance number. I should work on that. But for now, we'll see a 1-2 pitch. The claps continue to rain down. And it's raining strike 3 into Fernando Loera. The Range Riders have defeated the Great Falls Voyagers 10-0 here at Flathead Field. Justin Coleman strikes out the side to finish it off. I'm just sitting here soaking this all in because tomorrow night will be the final contest at Flathead Field. And as I feel the air outside shifting from the warm summer nights that we've had to now a 66-degree September evening, it is exciting and fun, but at the same time, you feel a lot of the fans down here, they don't even want to go home. They want to continue to soak in this victory here in front. One of the most beautiful stadiums in minor league baseball. Justin Coleman finishes off with a strikeout looking against Fernando Loera. Let's go over some of the stats, and maybe in doing so, I'll be able to figure out for sure who I want to talk to. The winning pitcher winning his 4th game as a professional. It is Rob Hamby. Pushes his record to 4-3 on the season. His ERA will surely drop from 4.44, which he came in with. He threw 6 innings, allowed no earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks, and just 2 hits. Took a no-hitter into the 6th inning. Trenton Topikar allowed 1 hit in his 2 innings of work and had 2 strikeouts and a walk. And Justin Coleman, like I said, fanned the final 3 and ended up getting himself the closeout pitch, looking to a raucous applause at Flathead Field. The losing pitcher, Breon Pooler, came out, and clearly from the get, the Range Riders got on him. Couple hits, they utilized the 2 walks that he threw well. 3 strikeouts, 6 earned runs against Breon Pooler. Connor Spear threw 2 2/3, allowed 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks. And Gaynor and Swanson each threw an inning. Gaynor shut out, but had no strikeouts and no walks. Swanson had 1 earned run against him, a strikeout, and 2 base on balls. Again, the losing pitcher is Breon Pooler. 10-0 your final score here. The hit total for the Glacier Range Riders was 14, with everybody except for Mason Dennison coming through with a hit. And on the other side, it was just 3 for the Great Falls Voyagers, who could not muster up some magic in an impressive win for the Glacier Range Riders. Look over some of the offensive statistics. Multi-hit games from Cash, Wofford, Eddie McCabe, as well as Ryan Cole, who had 3 hits in a 3-for-5 night. 2 RBIs for Dean Miller, for Brody Wofford, for Ben McConnell, and for Ryan Cole. And 2 runs scored for Brody Wofford and for Ben McConnell. On the other side, the 3 hits were from Colin Runge, Michael Deeb, and Christopher de Guzman. That is it. 2 walks for Braden Daniel, but that's really the only crooked number that you see across the line score, and it was 9 strikeouts. Everybody except for Michael Deeb
had a K on the day, including both Cal Bacchino and Fernando Loera, the pinch hitter for him. It is surely a tough scene going on in the Great Falls Voyagers locker room, as it always is when your dream at a trophy ends. But a congratulations to possibly the Billings Mustangs that maybe at this point have checked out and are celebrating, popping some champagne or something down in Billings, Montana, the Magic City. Of course, usual rivals with the Glacier Range Riders, but tonight an enemy has become a friend, and the Range Riders win here means that Billings is heading to take on the Missoula Paddleheads in the first round of the PBL playoffs coming next week. 10-0, your final score here. One more game remaining. It's tomorrow night at 7:05. If you get a chance to come down to the ballpark, we really encourage you to do so. We think it's going to be the biggest crowd in Flathead Field history, and we also know that the Range Riders will be leaving it all out there to show the Flathead faithful exactly how much they care and how much they love the support that you all bring every night. Again, just trying to soak it all in here as much as I can tomorrow night. I will soak it in even a little bit more. It has been a pleasure for 47 home games to broadcast and bring you the action, and I can't wait to show you 48, game number 48, tomorrow night. My name's Scott Gladstone. The final score, 10-0. Glacier with the 5th shutout win in franchise history. Rob Hamby, an impressive start, taking a no-hitter into the 6th inning. Please have a great rest of your night, and stay safe out there, everybody.